Pronto, Vincneza.
Pronto, Randy, and welcome everyone to our Pronto podcast, our Conversations of Life podcast, where we are so excited to talk about everything life has to offer, whether it's inspiration, beauty, stories, even some hot topics maybe, but we just love to talk about everything here on our lifestyle podcast. So welcome everyone to our 37th episode of Pronto. I love that word.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
It was such a good word. For those of you who don't know the translation of pronto, which is Italian, means ready or hello. There's so many ways you can go about it, but it means ready, like I'm ready to start the conversation. It's really a great word. So when you answer the phone in Italy, you always answer with pronto. Like a hello, but ready to talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, so excited to welcome everyone to a 37th episode, which I can't believe it's 37. And I love that we continue to feature so many awesome people in the community, in the country, which I think is so cool that we're able to do, and even in the world, because a lot of our guests that are featured on our Pronto podcast are from all around the world, which I think makes us even special and unique. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah. We say this all the time. Every guest, I want to be their best friend.
Best friend, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of good people, and they inspire not just all of you that are listening and tuning in, but they inspire us. And something that Randy and I truly enjoy, and we always like to emphasize the fact that we never stop learning. That's something that's really, really important, no matter what age you're at, no matter where you're at in life, whether you have a small business or you work for someone else, you always should have an open mind and continue to learn, even if it's outside of your occupation and it's something new and different. Educate yourself. Am I right?
And look at life like it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
It
Absolutely.
is, right?
Yes, that's a great outlook to have. But anyway, what has been new with you, Randy? What's new?
Well, Halloween,
Okay.
came and went, right?
Yeah, it came and went pretty quickly, and it is November. We are here.
Yeah. I was trying to pick up candy for Halloween, and they were switching the shelves to Christmas candy.
Yeah, I love the holidays, though.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
But
I'm so ready for
one at a
it.
time.
Yeah, I'm so ready for the holidays. And speaking of the holiday season, gifts. We are all thinking about the perfect gift for the special someone in your life. And at All Curly Hair Skin and Nails location, they have a plethora of great gift ideas. I was actually walking through the lobby area of the Curly Hair Skin and Nails DuPont location, and I kept looking at all the shelves, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good gift. Oh, that's a good gift." But this right here is the perfect gift. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It's so good. It smells like Christmas. It's Christmas right here. This candle is phenomenal. We didn't even light it yet. And the aroma is so beautiful. It's not overpowering. Highly recommend this. Tell us a little bit about this candle company, Randy.
Well, it's Times. They make skincare and lotions, but this is the biggest seller. Every Christmas, we sell out at every location.
Well, I told Randy I'll be buying this candle right from here, this exact one. I'll be taking this one home. I might be using it. I don't think I'll be gifting this one because it smells like Christmas just from lifting up the lid. And it is called Fraser Fir, an aromatic candle by Times. I mean, so
and it
beautiful.
Comes in different sizes, so you can get smaller ones, bigger ones, all kinds.
Well, I have a question for you. Do they come? You said different sizes. Mm-hmm. What about the what are they called with the sticks? What are they called? Diffuser.
Yeah.
Is it a diffuser? Did I say right?
And they have spray like they have.
They have diffusers?
Yeah. I think
in this scent?
I think so.
Okay, we're going to talk afterwards. I will be purchasing 2 things for myself. All right, maybe one for someone else. But again, great gift ideas. That's what we have to start thinking about, where it's that time of the year. And again, you don't have to buy the most expensive gift. You just have to buy a small thought. And that's what I love about all your locations, because you have such great gift ideas. And who doesn't like something maybe for home or beauty, because there's tons of products and skincare products, but this can be for your home.
And let's not forget gift certificates for the restaurant or salon.
Yes, that's right. We are selling gift certificates for the holiday season at V&M Bistro. So just visit vmbistro.com for more information on hours of operation so you can visit us. We don't do any gift cards online. You have to be in person. So visit our restaurant for a gift card online. I know that some people have called from far away and we were able to do, make arrangements over the phone, but I highly recommend for the holidays, just visit us. You can check out vmbistro.com for the address and hours of operation so you can come check out, obviously, maybe our food, our ambiance, and then buy a gift card for a special someone. All right. Well, let's talk about a couple of other things that have been happening. So you've been busy with events for all of October, right? We were celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep.
You had a couple events at the salons, and that was very successful.
Glenn Mills did an event, breast cancer awareness event. I think we have a picture of the event.
And I'm sure it was a success. Right? There you go.
Yep.
I'm sure it was a success. So look at that. Oh, I love the balloons. Oh, look at the balloons. Oh, I love that. And so that's really special that you're raising awareness for breast cancer awareness. And I love that. That's so great. So it was a great turnout, Randy.
Yeah, really nicely attended. We did mini makeovers, product sales, 20% went to breast cancer awareness.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I know the month of October was busy for the both of us. We had a lot going on between you hosting so many events at the salons, and then I had my anniversary party, the 10-year anniversary party at V&M Bistro. And then it was Halloween. So I have to tell you, here we go. Here's the picture to share this with you. So we had a private event and it was the theme of Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead. And the whole place was transformed into the theme. And it was really special because my sister and I also had a face painting done to just get into character. And it was so fun.
That's
really
beautiful.
Oh, thank you so my best friend has a face painting business, but she does predominantly like special events and kid parties. And I reached out to her and I said, hey, have you ever done something like this? And she said, absolutely. So my best friend came, and her business is called Face Painting by Tyra. And you can check out her work. She has a phenomenal Facebook page with all of the visuals of her face painting work. Super beautiful. I mean, she does beautiful unicorns, and she did a Spider-Man for the boys. Like, she really is so good. But she came through for me, and she was able to do that. Dad made that. So that is a skull with prosciutto. So a prosciutto skull. How fun is that? So Italian, right?
Love it.
So Italian, but for the theme of Dia de los Muertos, which is in translation, Day of the Dead. And for those of you who may not know, it's such a beautiful holiday that the Mexican culture honors. And what's nice about it, it's something beautiful. It's not negative. It's not morbid. And some people may misunderstand it, but it's really a day that honors life. It's honoring life, the legacy, the culture of the Mexican heritage. And so many people outside of the culture have embraced this holiday because it really is beautiful.
Yeah.
So we had the bistro, V&M Bistro, transformed into the theme, and all of the balloon work that you see there and you saw from earlier, that's custom. So it's balloons by Maria. Custom balloons by Maria. I believe it's Balloons by Maria, if I'm saying it right. But she does custom work, decorations, balloons, flowers, gifts. So her name is Maria Mendoza, and it's Balloons by Maria. Absolutely beautiful, really beautiful work. So if you ever need balloons for your party or themed party, she does everything. She did all the balloon work at the anniversary party as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, all the disco balls. It was really cool. All the disco balls and the silver stars. She came in and she just did this beautiful design work at all the parts of the restaurant. And it was so tastefully done. It wasn't overbearing. It wasn't too much. It was tastefully done. And I think that's what's important.
I think a lot of businesses are using balloons.
Yes. I know that.
Color.
Yeah. It's very vibrant. It's fun. I have to say, I never got into the balloons at my restaurant until recently. And I love how it just kind of brings this excitement. So when people walk through the door, they're like, oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
99% of the time, someone is taking their phone out and taking a picture of it,
Yeah.
which I think is so cool. I think it's the coolest thing. And that just goes to show people love balloons.
Yeah. We have a Halloween contest. Every salon represented, like, I think this Kennett Square represented the 50s, and Glen Mills was the 50s, 60s, or 70s.
Look at all these things. Oh my
And
God.
Little House and Prairie won Justice and Landing. That's ideal, right?
That's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Look at that. I love that everyone got into it.
Yeah.
Good. They had
really
fun.
fantastic.
Something fun and exciting to look forward to. You made it fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
perfect. And just a correction. It's Balloon Creations by Maria. I knew I was trying to get it right. And I said it earlier and I don't know why I couldn't remember it. Balloon Creations by Maria. If you're interested in any balloon work or custom decorations, again, does a wide range of decorations from every theme and gets creative. So I love how creative she is.
Yeah. It's like flowers, right?
Yeah, she does flowers too.
Really?
Really? Oh, yes. Flowers, gift ideas. Like she could take like a box and make it look alive, like the simple brown box. She could paint it. It's
Wow.
really neat, really neat. And you have to have create that creativity, right? To be able to take something boring and bring it to life. So she's very, very good at that. But I do have something else I wanted to share with you, Randy. So remember when I was telling you about my high school, Alexis I. DuPont High School. I'm a graduate of AI High School. And I was telling you about this big event that was coming up. They were honoring the late band director who passed away in October. His name was Paul Peretz. And he was the band director of the Tiger Marching Band at AI for 30 plus years. Wow. And that was my favorite part of high school. I was in the marching band for 3 years as a POM.
Wow.
And then became POM captain in my senior year. And as well as my sister, when she was in high school, she was in the POM as well, POM squad as well. But that was the thing to do at our high school, to participate in the Tiger Marching Band. So what AI did recently to honor the legacy of Paul Peretz and all the work he has done at that high school and what he has done for thousands of students. Right. They invited all of the Tiger Marching Band alum to come back to AI for their homecoming game this year. They did this, so it was a few weeks ago, to honor honor Paul Peretz's legacy with a one-time performance.
Wow. And
it was really moving. It was so incredible. We all came together for a one-time performance with one practice. Wow. You know how many alum showed up? 200.
Wow.
200 alum of the Tiger Marching Band showed up, had one practice and performed. And it was impressive. And the stadium had almost 2,000 people in attendance. That's rare for the high school now because numbers have been declining there over the years. So it was really special that everyone came out, supported what Paul Peretz had done all these years, but also to show the current students there at AI that, this is still a school of substance and inspiration. And it was really moving, really moving. It felt like it brought the school back to life.
He must have touched a lot of lives.
He did. Yeah. He did. He taught so many students about excellence, pushing for excellence and leadership. I mean, I always admit that's what he had taught me when I became a POM captain and had that leadership position. And he encouraged the leaders of the band to lead. It was a student-run organization. Wow. Yes, under his directorship, but he let the students run it. And it was really, really neat to experience that. And again, shout out to all of the Tiger Marching Band alum of AI High School, and hats off to the individuals that orchestrated everything to make it all possible. It truly was special, Randy. When I showed up the day of the event, they handed me a lanyard that was custom with my name on it saying class of 2003. Wow. And on the back, it had my senior portrait.
Wow.
They did that for over 200 people, like 200 graduates. Incredible. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I don't know if we have any pictures, that we can showcase. If not, I'm going to get you at the next one, at the next episode we filmed.
Yeah.
But it was really, really beautiful to really share that experience with so many of my fellow classmates, but also for those that were watching. You know, it's something important to maintain that legacy and the tradition of coming together and celebrating the high school. So,
That's amazing. 2,000 people were
oh yes,
viewing. Yeah.
that's rare.
Yeah.
Again, rare. They haven't had numbers like that in over a decade.
Wow.
So it was really beautiful that that happened for the school. The school needed that. It was like they needed that extra boost, that support. And I hope that this is just a continuation of all the support the high school will get. So a shout out to all the Tigers, the Tiger Pride. That's our mascot, Tiger Pride. A shout out to everyone that played a huge role in organizing that monumental event. So thank you. All right. Well, without further ado, get a little Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the aroma going. Without further ado, it is our pleasure to welcome our guest. Lura Good is an animal loving, horseback riding, travel the world, exploring Gemini, born and raised in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. She grew up obsessed with horses, playing outside, learned to speak French at a young age, and loved all types of music, especially Broadway. She fell into radio at 19 by accident. Honestly, it was for the beer money, which we're going to talk about, while pursuing a degree at Bucknell University, bachelor's and master's degree. Go Bison. And has been on and off the radio ever since. Laura currently is on air with Seven Mountains Media, a group of radio stations that spans 4 states, and is also the manager of resort and marketing at events for Knoebels Amusement Park, the largest free admission amusement park in the nation. She resides in Danville, Pennsylvania with her husband of 16 years, Keith, their family and furry friends, 2 dogs, 3 cats, and 2 horses, and loves life. And she has loved that life has brought her back to the Susquehanna River Valley where she grew up. Laura's favorite pastimes include sharing a good glass of wine with family and friends, spending time outdoors, however she can, traveling to all 4 corners of the world, and taking care of the menagerie of animals that make up #Team Good. Welcome, Lura.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Ah, there
Good.
you
How are
are.
you?
How are you, Lura? It's so
Hi.
nice for you to join us.
I'm so happy to spend time with you and Randy this afternoon.
This is so great. This is so great. And we have so much to talk about. I have so many questions. And I know Randy does too, right, Randy?
Yes.
Okay. Because Randy likes to listen. And I was like, Randy, you have to ask. And he goes, but I'm really listening. And I said, I know you are. But we were talking before we started filming and brought you in. We were talking a little bit, actually before the filming started, about how accomplished and how you really are so talented. I mean, I could go through it, but I guess we should start with the first thing. Let's talk about radio. So I really want to ask, beer money? Tell us a little bit how this happened.
Listen, it all goes back to college, part-time job, a guy, like and things that one does as a young person where you're like, oh yeah, I could do that job. Long story short, a local family-owned radio station that's near Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, where I was attending Bucknell University, put out an advertisement for promotions assistance. So nothing on air, just to kind of go and help at any radio station events or live broadcasts that they had. And a good friend, and also at the time, like kind of boyfriend,
Love the
at,
honesty.
right? We got to be honest, okay? We have to be honest. He worked there and was like, yeah, you should totally apply. I did. And the funny part is I never really had any intention of being on the radio. It was an accident. So helped with events, ended up doing some promotions with Miller Lite as like a Miller Lite girl for the
So
station
that's
in the
where
local
the beer
club.
money.
Yes, exactly. All of the money was then, sorry, mom and dad, was then absolutely spent for my roommate Dion and I to have, some fun in college. But ended up there was a weekend broadcast that was ironically in support of a marching band.
Ah,
And
how
they
fun.
couldn't find anyone to go to the fundraiser to do the live broadcast. And the program director at the time said, "Hey, Laura, go do it." I was like, "Oh, I sure." And I knew how to set up all the equipment. That wasn't the problem because that was my job as a promotions assistant. I would lug the speakers around and lug all the equipment around. And they said, "Well, now you're a promotions assistant and you're the person who's going to go on air. So go and do it." I was like, "Cool, okay." And the rest is history. It was the Shikellamy Band Chicken Barbecue and fundraiser on a Saturday afternoon.
That's great.
I went on air and got back to the radio station. Everyone who was there and a seasoned professional went, "Wow, you did okay, kid." I said, "Oh, thanks." And they're like, "Well, would you be interested in doing something else?" I said, "Sure." And at the time, radio was still fully live. It's changed a lot since
It
then.
has changed
It
tremendously.
really has changed tremendously. So they offered me a late night spot on the weekends. And
Wow.
so then I would go up and I would be on from, 7 p.m. until midnight live,
Wow.
and then, do my schoolwork, drive myself back to campus, and then, you're a young person. It's only like 12:15. It wasn't that far away, and then go out.
And go out, yeah.
Exactly.
I love that, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
it just goes to show that you never know how a
No,
door will open unless you're in the right place at the right time. And that is
correct.
the perfect, you're the perfect example of that. You were in the right place at the right time. And obviously you didn't think you were going to go down this way, but it kind of just happened. And look where you're at right
Yeah.
now, how successful you are as a radio
Yep.
personality, which is so neat. And
Yeah.
Randy and I, we love stories like that.
Yeah.
That's everything to us.
You have to walk through the door when it's open, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah. So
true.
a lot of people don't. And you obviously walk through a lot of doors, right?
I did. Yeah, it's really funny. I agree wholeheartedly. You really just you never know what an opportunity can bring you, and you miss every chance that you don't take.
That's
So, and
right.
I've kind of lived my entire personal and professional existence being like, well, I might as well try. And
Yes.
that's gotten me a lot of really incredible experiences so far in life.
Oh, yes. And I do appreciate that you said that to us because, you know, Brandy said it perfectly. Not everyone is able to walk through the door because
Mhm.
they're afraid, right? You're
Yeah.
taking that risk, stepping out of your comfort zone. And I'm sure you stepped out of your comfort zone when you had to shift gears and put on a different hat for radio. But
Yeah.
now present day, you are more confident. You've embraced the radio world, and I want to talk about it because as a radio personality, the way that the industry has shifted and changed so much over the years. I actually interned at a radio, Randy. I don't know if you knew this about
Yeah.
me. I was an intern at a radio station
So fun.
in Wilmington, Delaware. It's no longer in existence anymore. I think it went out of business, but I think it was 107.1 Kiss. I don't know if that sounds
Yeah.
familiar. Kiss. They
Yeah.
had
I
a
heard of.
they had a location in Wilmington, Delaware, and I interned there for one summer. And I learned so much about radio that I had no idea what happens behind the scenes, what happens in person. And you juggle a lot as a radio personality.
Yes, absolutely. Anymore, it is not just simply going on air and doing
No,
a shift
it's not.
like it was when I was, 19 years old in college and kind of just would go and do a shift live. You'd have to be physically present for those hours, but now it really incorporates so much more. You have to not only be, I think honestly, in my personal opinion, you have to be highly intelligent in order to be able to
Mhm.
be on any type of radio programming. And
Yeah.
then from there, you also anymore cannot be shy. You have to be willing to put yourself out there on social media, podcasting. A lot of radio personalities who are on air wear multiple hats,
Yep.
whether that's working in sales, promotions,
Yes.
marketing, digital media
Mhm.
management.
Mhm.
A lot of times there's somebody who's on air who then also happens to be the engineer.
Yep.
So radio has kind of shrunk in a way, in that radio stations don't employ as many people as they
Mhm.
used to because of technology and
That's
because of automation.
mhm.
And it isn't necessarily um, a thing where you have to be monitoring it 24 hours a day like you used to. And
Mm.
it's very, to me, it's a really interesting perspective because I entered into doing something on the radio at 19, and I don't mind sharing, I'm 42 years old now, so
Mhm.
that's quite a span of time to
Yes.
watch at every single moment that I kind of came in and out of working in some capacity with the radio, how much things really sped forward and changed with
Right.
technology. It was extraordinary to watch how I used to use a reel to reel, or a cartridge to play a sound in between songs that were on CDs or digitally loaded into a playlist, that now everything is fully automated. It's all on computer. There's touch screens and buttons, and it just, you can pre-record if you would like to. It really is unbelievable, the difference between
Mhm.
19-year-old Laura on air and 42-year-old Laura on air. It's
You
unreal.
you've witnessed the evolution of radio,
Yeah.
like, firsthand,
Yes.
and, it has the pros and cons, right? The pros and cons, and I
Mhm.
do agree with you that, a radio personality does wear many hats.
Yeah.
That they don't just get on the radio and start talking. I mean, it's rare, and it can be done, but they're usually, most radio personalities wear many hats, and they have to be able to, one, juggle a lot happening at the same time while filming, or excuse me, recording. But if you could give anyone, a piece of advice that may be interested in joining radio or the field, of, what piece of advice would you give them if they were interested in joining the field of radio?
I think the number one thing to remember is that I think when you mention radio, especially to a lot of young people, they go, "Oh, well, I don't listen to the radio." And that's
Mm,
true for a lot of us.
mhm.
Podcasts are incredibly popular. I myself, I listen to Apple Music, Spotify. I like to stream things on YouTube. So even myself personally, I'm not listening to the radio as much as I used to. However, the wonderful thing about radio is it truly is able to be heard and listened to by anyone, anywhere, because of technology, and because not only is it broadcast via traditional FM and AM frequencies, but then you can stream, you can have it on an app on your phone, live on a website. But if a young person is looking to get into a field and they're interested in media journalism, I like to remind them not to discount radio,
Mhm.
because even though the opportunities are not as numerous as they once were, they're there. And if you are willing to wear a bunch of different hats, you really could take your potential career in media and communications in a direction that you didn't expect it to go.
Right.
So it's interesting, and I think radio will only continue to evolve as time marches on. I don't think radio's ever going anywhere. We always will need an emergency broadcast system.
Heck
So I
yeah.
think there's always a place for
That's right.
radio here. But I think if anybody is interested in a career, the number one thing that I could recommend to them is just be open to opportunity, and never say no to something that makes you feel a little like, "Ooh, I don't know if I wanna do that." Give it a try. You
Right.
never know what could happen.
That's right.
Yeah, music itself has changed like drastically. I remember 8-track recording.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nightmare.
I don't remember that though. Randy. All right,
I,
listen.
I walked into
Yeah,
that.
you did. You did. Laura, just so you know, age is just a number around here.
Oh,
So don't,
wonderful. Thank you.
yeah, we do not judge here. It's all what's in your heart. And that's how you look at it, and that's our outlook too, because Randy and I, we always joke about our age difference and what
Mhm.
we've experienced in life, but we never stop learning, right? No matter what age you are, never stop learning. But anyway, I want to transition to the other hat that you wear, a little different than radio, which I think is really cool, that you can be found working as the manager of resort and marketing and events for Knoebels Amusement Park. So I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit about Knoebels Amusement Park because my friend is obsessed with the amusement park. He said it's top notch. So this is
It
coming
is.
from someone who just visited, I think last week. That's how rare, like how ironic this is that you're on the show. said it was the best experience. So let's talk about it. How did you get this role at Knoebels?
I have been so Knoebels is owned and operated by the Knoebel family. They are lifelong Elysburg residents. I have known the current generation of ownership since I was born. And my very first job, when you get those working papers at 14 years old, was for my mom's friend, Margaret Knoebel, and it was at the fudge shop, the candy shop
The
at
food,
Knoebels.
food
Yes,
stand. Yes.
yes. So I worked at a couple of different food stands for 2 years. And then when I turned 16, ended up getting certified to lifeguard. And my family likes to joke, I haven't missed a summer of lifeguarding at least one day ever since at Knoebels.
Huh?
Whether I lived in the DC area, Syracuse, New York, wherever life took me, if I came home, all of a sudden the manager would be being like, "Hey, Laura, I heard you're home. Do you want a lifeguard?"
Wow.
So, and ironically, that's where I've met some of my bestest and closest friends that I still have to this day. And Knoebels is just a really, really special place. My role currently, I am on the marketing and advertisement team. We have a wonderful director of marketing and advertising, and there's a small team of us that kind of split up responsibilities at the park. My responsibilities reside in what we refer to as the sort of resorts end of things. So Knoebels Three Ponds Golf Course, Nickel Plate Bar and Grill, and then Knoebel Lumber Company, which is also another little arm of the overall Knoebel Amusement Resort Incorporated thing.
Wow.
Are the Knoebel family considered to be, uh, let's say, royalty in Elysburg, Pennsylvania?
Listen, no, they're the most
Okay.
down to earth, humble people you will ever meet in your whole entire life. I I love the Knoebel family. I refer to Knoebels as my happy place, my safe place, the place where if I'm having a bad day and I don't it's rare anymore, but on the radio and somebody says something mean to you or they don't like how you interacted. Well, I go to Knoebels whether it's open or closed, and everyone that I work with there truly is I consider family. It is just the
Mm,
most wonderful place to be, and I think that then translates into the guest experience
I
that
agree.
people experience when they come to the park, they stay at the campground, they visit the golf course, they visit Nickel Plate Bar and Grill.
I appreciate that. I do because you don't know. I'm not familiar with Elysburg, and I've never been to Knoebels. I've only heard positive things about it, and how much fun it is. Now, if I'm correct, does the amusement park, other than being the largest free admission amusement park, oh wait, let's talk about that. How are they able to do that?
So it's free parking, free admission, free entertainment, free picnic facilities. It is meant to be something that can be enjoyed at any budget. So when you visit Knoebels Amusement Resort, there's no gate. You enter the park. You can simply come around, walk around with your family, enjoy the trees and the shade if it's a hot summer day. Or recently, we had Knoebels Hollow Fun, and
Yes,
it was decorated for Halloween.
I think that's the one you
You
went to.
Yep, yep. You didn't have to spend a dime if you just wanted to come and look at the decorations.
Mhm.
Otherwise, there's two ways that you can have fun at Knoebels. You can pay as you go, ride tickets. You can purchase a ride all day wristband, a ride all day pass. The pool it has its own separate, very inexpensive admission, and then there's a variety of different types of camping accommodations. You can stay in a cabin, a cottage. You can bring and park your RV. You can tent camp, and then there's an 18-hole professionally managed golf course, along
Wow.
with a bed and breakfast that's associated with Knoebels, and then a year-round bar and grill. That's the Nickel Plate Bar and Grill.
Oh, wow. I wish we had a Knoebels close to us. Okay, so how far is it from Wilmington, Delaware? What's the commute?
You can be from Wilmington, Delaware. So I'm more familiar with the Philadelphia area, but if you're in Delmarva, depending
Okay,
upon listen, depending upon like the Schuylkill, the Blue Route, the traffic,
I know, right.
um, under 3 hours.
Okay, that's not bad. That's
Under
not bad
no,
at
under 3
all.
hours. It's actually from the greater Philadelphia area,
Mhm.
from Delmarva. It's a really easy day trip to take, and then, like I said, it can be something that you can come and visit, any time of year. We have different things we do in different seasons. The park, of course, is open either weekends in the spring, Memorial Day to Labor Day is the full season, and then weekends in the fall. But now that Hallow Fun's over, we're transitioning to both Christmas Village at Knoebels Three Ponds Golf Course, and then Joy Through the Grove, which is a driving light experience that you
Oh,
actually drive through the
wow.
park in
Wow.
your vehicle,
I want
and
to
then
do
we do
that.
a Christmas display.
I was just going
Listen,
to ask. I was
I
just
think I
going
can
to
hook
ask.
you up. I can hook you up.
Yeah, we
You
know
wanna
we
come
know a
up and
few people.
visit.
I was just going to ask. You have to be doing something for the holiday,
Yeah.
like Christmas and the holidays coming up. Oh, that's exciting.
I used to take my kids to Knoebel and the wooden roller
Yay!
coaster, right?
Oh,
The Phoenix. It's the
Yeah.
#1 wooden roller coaster in America.
Yeah.
and still
Yeah.
exists
Yeah.
to this
Oh yes.
day.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
So
like creaky, like
I don't know if I
like
could do it. I don't know if I could do it. Have you ever been to Coney Island before? Have you ever rode the Cyclone?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I think of. And that was the last wooden roller coaster I was on, and I'll never do that one again.
I don't know. I think we could get you on the Phoenix. We could get you on the Phoenix
I've become a
next
scaredy
season.
cat. I've become a scaredy cat with roller coasters. I used to be a daredevil, like, I don't know, 10 years ago. I don't know what happened to me. I can't get on a roller coaster anymore. I used to go, I loved amusement parks growing up. And I always enjoyed going to amusement parks with my family. And I was a daredevil. I got on every roller coaster. I was not afraid.
Mhm.
That was 10 years ago. I don't know why. Maybe old age. This is where the age comes in. But I think my body does not receive it well anymore. I think the last time I was on a roller coaster, my back and my neck hurts so much that I said, "Oh, this is not a good idea, Vincenzo. You have to be careful. You're very delicate." But I will listen. If I make the trip to Knoebels, which I will, I promise you, I will.
I'm your girl. I'm
I'm
your
going.
girl.
All right, I'm going to contact you. I will get on that Phoenix. I will try it. I will try it.
How old's the park? Like
So the park, oh my gosh, put me on the spot. It's 90.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to get it wrong because I know particularly some of the leadership team at the park is actively starting to plan and prepare for the 100th anniversary
Wow.
of Knoebels.
So it's coming
Um,
up soon, shortly.
exactly correct, and I don't want to get the number wrong. I'm
You
so
don't
sorry.
say
I
it,
can't.
but
It's 90. It's 90 something,
and it's getting
but
up there.
yes, and the 100-year anniversary is forthcoming.
I'm sure the Knoebel family and you and your entire team are going to go big. It
I hope
has to
so.
be.
Yeah,
yeah.
It
yeah,
has to be
yeah,
big. That's exciting.
yeah. There's a special committee for that and everything.
Oh, wow, then it's going to be big.
Yeah.
How can one purchase tickets? Or are there memberships available, or is it just
Nope,
tickets?
nope. It's all based upon the day you'd like to be there, how many days, etc. All of the information is available at knoebels.com. That's Knoebels with a K. You can
Excellent.
find it readily and available. And like I said, right now the park is transitioning into the Christmas season. So we have Knoebels Christmas Village at the Three Ponds Golf Course, and then Joy Through the Grove, which is down, and then the drive-through Christmas light experience
Yeah,
at the park itself.
I think my parents would love that. I think,
It's really,
yeah.
honestly, every year. It started during the pandemic as a way to sort of just
Mhm.
bring people together in a safe manner, and then it has now grown into something really special and really extraordinary.
Wow.
I love that. I love that. I know you mentioned earlier that you worked for the fudge,
The pet shop.
the fudge
Stony
shop.
Gables,
I
yes.
know. So, what's your favorite amusement park food at Knoebels?
Oh my goodness, it's really, really hard to pick one thing. So, if it's okay with you, I'll do a savory and a sweet.
Oh, yes. Okay, go. We love food here. So
So,
you
yes.
tell
So
us.
the savory is Knoebels is known for their restaurant that's in the middle of the park, and they make the best chicken and waffles.
Wow.
Oh, I love chicken and waffles.
Like every morning, there's this crew of amazing women who, I mean, they are roasting, pulling the chicken, making the gravy fresh, making the waffles fresh. Everything is homemade. It is the best thing ever,
Wow.
ever.
Love
Chicken
that.
and
Okay.
waffles.
Got it. Chicken
And
and
then
waffles.
the sweets, I would have to say, again, it's very Pennsylvania, Dutch, central Pennsylvania. It's funnel cake.
Yeah, I was going to
Funnel
say
cake.
that.
I
Funnel
I was
cake.
love
going to
funnel
say
cake. Yep. Sign me
Homemade,
up.
one stand and one stand only, center of the park, the best funnel cakes in the land.
I have my bucket list. I have my to-do list of everything I
Take
have to
notes.
check out.
Take notes.
I'm
Yeah,
taking notes, mental notes. I have to
good.
ride the Phoenix, get funnel cake and chicken and waffles. And I want to go for the holidays. I have to figure out how. Are you open on Sundays?
Yes. So Joy Through the Grove, the season begins on Black Friday,
Okay.
and then it's open daily through New Year's Eve. And then Knoebels Christmas Village is open Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and that's from 4 until 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay, good. There you go. We're going. We're
Yeah.
coming. Well, it obviously you are very busy with
Yes.
your awesome fun position at Knoebels, which I think is super cool. I definitely want to talk about your love for your furry friends because I noticed that you have your fur babies, and it's not just dogs and cats. You have horses too. So what
I
what are
do.
all your furry friends' names?
So currently the menagerie that is Team Good is I have my golden retriever Murphy, our miniature dachshund Susis, and then we have our 3 cats, Tyrone, Fat Peeps, and Felix. I have
Love it.
Fat Peeps. I have my barn kitties, Patches and Sophie, and then my 2 horses are Teddy and Tito. Yep, that's Teddy right there.
What a
Yeah.
Yeah.
beautiful horse.
Yep, he's
Ah,
an Oldenburg gelding, and he will turn 26 years old next year.
Wow.
wow.
Mhm.
That
Yep.
beautiful. How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was a little girl. My my dad had had a client that then also was a barn owner, and long story short, he took me there when I was about 7 years old, and thought that if he dropped me off and she put me to work, I wouldn't want to be involved with horses anymore. And by putting me to work, meaning, oh, muck some stalls, carry some buckets, clean, groom some horses, whatever. And he picked me up later on, and I went, Dad, can I come back tomorrow?
Wow.
So I started taking lessons, probably 8-ish, 9-ish, casually. Took more consistent lessons when I was a teenager. Ended up riding casually through college, and then my dad likes to joke. My husband, he fell for the horse girl hook, which was, oh, I should just lease a horse. We'll
Ah,
just lease a horse.
that's
We'll
how you
just
do it. Okay, that's the
Yes,
trick.
oh, just lease. And then my husband bought out the lease. He ended up, I got my first horse. This is going back like 15 years now. And I've had Teddy and Tito for many, many years. So
Ah,
yeah,
I love that.
it's a big part of my life. I'm
Yes.
a horse girl through and through.
Yeah,
So,
no, and well, that's why I wanted to highlight it because
oh, and there's a cat.
oh, wait, who is this? Okay, who is
Special
this?
guest star.
That's Fat Peeps.
Oh, yeah, knew we were talking about you.
She's normally very shy. I didn't even know she was in here. I kicked everybody else out.
Yeah, because you said her name. She's like, "What's going
She
on
goes,
in
"What's
there?"
going on?" Yeah, so here's my cat.
This is so funny. I love that.
My cat.
Hello.
That's a first for
Oh, and there
Pronto.
she goes.
That's definitely a first for Pronto. I love that. That's a little guest appearance because she knew we were talking about her. We're like, cool name.
She must have been hiding behind the chair because she absolutely came out when I said Fat Peeps.
Yes. Oh, that's so great. I love it.
Yeah.
So love it. Well, I have to mention your love for travel. I know I did in the bio, but I wanted to touch on a little bit more because travel is a huge part of your life. And you recently made a trip as a volunteer for the Paris Office of Tourism to the Olympics. Is that correct? It was sponsored by Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, so it
You're-
was twofold. Absolutely. I applied for the Paris Volunteer Program through the Olympic Committee and ended up getting a few postings. I was assigned very specifically to 2 different Office of Tourism locations, one that was at Versailles, which was where they held the equestrian
Wow.
competitions, and then the
So
other, which
perfect.
was in,
Yeah.
yep, exactly, the Paris City Center itself. The volunteer program for every Olympic game is actually quite extraordinary. Each city does its own version of Olympic volunteers. How Michelob Ultra came in is Michelob Ultra is the official beer of Team USA.
Okay.
And I was lucky enough to receive a sponsorship through the radio station. So for 3 weeks, I went 1 week before the Olympic Games started, and then I was there for the full duration of the games, and was able to do essentially some live reporting to send back here to the States that aired on all the stations of Seven Mountains Media.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
What an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And with your skill set and being fluent in French, you were able to adapt so well. I'm just sure of it.
Yeah, my I'm completely fluent in French, and that was part of the reason why I was able to um get the posts that I received. They very specifically wanted me to. I had a button that was kind of cute. I should have sent that picture. I didn't think about it. I was at an information booth, and it said I speak French, and then on the other side it said I speak English. And then that way, when people, very specifically in Versailles, the equestrian events were held in quotations sort of at the Palace of Versailles, but it
Okay.
was quite far away. So when people arrived, they would arrive in town. Public transportation was encouraged, and they wouldn't know where to go. So I was posted at an information booth that then, as people were arriving by train or parking their car and then kind of coming and looking for direction on where the shuttles were to travel out to the venues, I was able to help and lead them and point them in the right direction in both French and English.
Wow.
So I did that for like 8 hours one day, but then it came with some perks because I then was able to have a pass and tickets to go and experience some of the events at the games itself.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. What an incredible experience. I'm
Yeah.
sure that was
Yeah.
definitely one for the books, right?
Oh, at every turn, I had friends and family that came. All in all, there were about 20 people. We got a big Airbnb that came and went. We purchased tickets to go to some events, and then we also had I had my passes and my passe jeu that I was able to move around with. And every moment we would look at each other, be like, "Is this real life?" Like, like I'm on the Eiffel Tower at a media event holding the Olympic torch. How is this happening?
Wow.
That's
What is going
awesome.
on?
Oh, that's
Um,
so
Wow.
awesome. So happy for you able to
Yeah.
experience that. And I guess a shout out to the sponsor, Michelob Ultra, right?
Yeah.
the Michelob Ultra, the official beer of Team USA.
There you go. That's
Did
right.
did you see Snoop Dogg?
No, I saw a lot of TV coverage of Snoop Dogg, and it was funny. The day that he and Martha Stewart were at Versailles was the day after I had to leave to go, because Versailles is outside of Paris by about 1 hour. And I had to leave to go back into Paris and be at the Stade de France, which is where they had the soccer games
Mhm.
predominantly. And I needed to be there, and I missed them. I just feel like Snoop and I could be like
I could see you
BFFs.
guys being best friends.
Yeah.
Right?
I could,
He's
Snoop, and Martha
incredible.
Stewart. Like, come on.
perfect,
We
perfect
ride
trio.
horses. Ride
Right.
horses.
Perfect trio. Oh, so great. And I'm sure that's just one of the many experiences that you'll be able to partake
I mean, how
in
much
the
time do you
future.
have to talk about Paris Olympics? Because I could
You
go
could
on
go
and
on for
on.
hours and
I
sharing stories. Wow. That's really
unreal.
beautiful. I'm sure you've had the opportunity to even just highlight it on your radio show. I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
I did daily call-ins. I videos, reels. I did a couple of different one-off spots for other media outlets while I was there. And then, like I said, my family and friends were able to come over and share that experience with me, which was really extraordinary.
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Well, so I know we talked about travel. Let's touch on this photo real quick. Where is this photo from? Or where are
That
you at?
That's myself and my husband Keith
Mhm.
back in 2018, and we did the Annapurna circuit to go up and over Annapurna 2 at the Thrung La Pass. So there, yep, there's me
Wow.
at the top. Um, it's a hut to hut hike. We had a wonderful guide named Nawa, and our porters Ram and Beer, who helped us complete the circuit, and a couple of friends who we went with. And we just my husband and I just love any type of experience that puts you outside of your comfort zone, but then
Mhm.
also allows you to truly experience a country from the inside. So
Wow.
that photo that's on screen now, that's in Norway. That's Kjærjagbolten, part of the Triple Crown of hiking in Norway, and
Wow.
that's overlooking a
That
fjord.
photo scares me.
Fjord.
Were you scared?
Um, Full disclosure, that was our 10-year anniversary trip.
Okay.
The top of that rock is about the size of a normal sized round dining table, and my husband is petrified of heights.
Wow.
How did
We
you
held onto a tiny hook to step out.
get that? Wait, who took that photo?
A lovely Russian couple that we met on the hike up, and we basically were like, okay, and in sign language, because they didn't speak any English, we were like, hi, will you take our picture and we'll take yours? Because there was really no one else around. And they went on the rock first, and we snapped a photo,
Oh
and
my
then we
Wow.
switched,
goodness.
and then we went on the rock. I stayed on, and my husband took a photo of me alone, and I sat down on it. I didn't send that photo, but standing back up, I looked over
Oh my
Oh,
the
God.
fjord, and I
I'm
started to shake. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done
Yeah,
now.
I'm just looking at it and I'm visualizing myself like if that were me standing on that rock, I would pass out. I would pass
Yeah,
out.
it's
I'm too scared.
it's kind of stupid. Let's be honest. Like, it was kind of not the smartest maneuver. But
it's
know,
beautiful.
It's funny you're admitting you're like, that wasn't smart decision making right there,
like,
but
it
we got a great photo out of it.
really, really good photo. Every time I share that, people like, if it pops up on social media in a memory or whatever, if I reshare, people are like, "Oh my God, Laura." I go, "I know. I am aware of how legitimately people could die doing that. You just
I'm
shouldn't.
fully aware of this.
Yeah, I'm
You
fully
don't need
aware.
to
It's
explain it
kind
to
of
me.
dumb.
We know
Yeah.
what we were doing. Well, I have to say, Keith is definitely your partner in crime because he was right up there with you, supporting the cause. And I
Happy
truly,
anniversary. I'm
yes,
doing this once.
yeah,
Like, that's
and
it.
that's the testament of your love for each other. So,
It's a
Correct.
beautiful picture.
yeah, these beautiful pictures of you and your
Yeah.
husband, and I love that you
Um,
guys share these
yeah,
experiences
Keto's the
together.
best. He's the best. That one's on Mount Christoffel in Curacao. We honeymooned there, and then we went back to celebrate 15 years. So Keitho is definitely the most understanding and patient man. He is the best
Oh, that's
because
beautiful.
I'm always up to shenanigans. Like, there's always
Ah, we
a
see.
plan or
Plotting.
something. Yes, like, you're on Instagram sending 1,000 different reels of places across the world. Like, I'm the planner, and he's like, okay, I'm the planner, he's the payer. We joke. Like, it's
That's
like, here you go.
hilarious. I have one of those. But nothing wrong with that. And you know what? You
Very
guys joke
honest.
about it, but you guys are like, it's kind-hearted. It's not meant to be done with ill intent. And they think that's that's beautiful that you share that together and you
Yeah.
share these experiences together.
Good
And I'm
egg, that
sure
Keitho. He's a good egg.
yeah, you're gonna keep them. And congratulations to 15 years. You said
Thank you.
15? That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, we'll celebrate 16 this coming year. So all in a
Oh,
row. All in a row.
Congratulations.
there you go.
Thank
There you
you.
go. Well, in case you weren't busy enough, you have, it says here, you assisted in the adoption of over 200 animals in the last 5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so impactful, really impactful. So tell us about your volunteer experience and where your passion for, well, I know you love animals. Clearly you
Mhm.
love animals. Where did it come from?
I don't know. I grew up with dogs. My mom and my sister are allergic to cats. I don't know. I identify with these creatures who trust us, especially horses who
Mm.
trust humans to get on their back and walk around. Like,
Mhm.
every day I get to ride my horses, and I know horse people will identify with this. Like, what a privilege. This thing that weighs 1,500 pounds is like, yeah, sure, you can ride me. And then you ask them to do difficult things, whether it's a dressage movement or jump over something. I mean, at some of the top levels, these horses are athletes as much as they're riders.
Yes,
And
very
the
true.
level of partnership and respect you have to have for an animal like that is one of life's beautiful gifts, honestly. And same thing,
Mhm.
like, we don't deserve dogs. Dogs are like, we just don't deserve them. Dogs are the best.
Dogs are the best. That's why the dogs are your best friend. They become your best friend. But horses, I've learned a thing or two about horses. My in-laws have a love and passion for horses, and I learned a little bit about it when I started dating my now husband, and he exposed me to the understanding of how you breed a horse. And the different kinds of horses. And I have such an appreciation and respect for horses, and also horse breeders and, riders, equestrian. Like I really have an immense respect for that entire industry. But it's beautiful. And I heard it's addicting too.
It is. It's either in you or it's not.
Right.
And if it's in you, you have the privilege to be able to work with horses or around them, or like I am so privileged to be able to have 2 horses of my very own. It really is incredible, the partnership that you create with another being, that just the level of trust that you have to have with the animal. It's quite extraordinary. And people are always like, oh my gosh, they're so big. My husband, he likes the horses, but he doesn't ride at all. He's just like, they scare me. And it's so funny, like you have to have the innate, they're huge. Like I have
they are
big horses, very big horses. But it really is quite incredible once you get to know an animal at that level. It's then a lifestyle. This past weekend, I was taking care of my trainer's barn, and I literally planned my entire weekend around caring for the horses. It's a thing. And then now it's actually a joke at Knoebels. If I'm working, especially in the summer, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. And they're like, well, you have to feed the horses. Like, I'll be back. I have to feed the horses. It's a joke.
That's too
like,
funny.
I'll get it done, but I have to feed the horses.
Got to feed the horses.
Wow.
Well, I know that we are starting to wind down with the interview, and I wanted to make sure that we shared with all our viewers and listeners ways that they can follow you, because you are a brand. You a radio personality and everything else that you do. You are multi-talented, and wear so many different hats. So just make sure for those listening and tuning in to follow Lura Good. I love her Instagram handle, LDubsG, the coolest Instagram handle. So it's at LDubs, so LDUBSG, LDubsG. It's on TikTok. Oh, your TikToks are probably so good. I could see you having funny TikToks.
Yeah, they're okay. I'm not as cool as the kids.
Not as cool as these kids. I know. We're outdated, right? Can't keep up. The TikToks are like they can be having a conversation with you, and they edit a TikTok in like 5 seconds. You're like, how the heck did you do that?
My nieces will tell me I'm like chuggy.
Oh,
I'm not to use Riz ever.
Ever.
Like just ever.
Goodness, right? We're trying to keep up with the times. Well, definitely follow Lura Good on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then also tune in and support her on Hannah Radio at hannahradio.com. And it's at Hannah_radio for Instagram, so they can tune in and listen to you, which is really cool. What you're doing. And then also, if you're interested in visiting Knoebels, contact Lura.
That's a must.
Yes, that's a must. I'll be contacting you because I want to try to see if I can make a family trip for the holidays. I think that would be so cool on a Sunday. So I don't know if you know, I own and operate a restaurant with my sister, and our hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday. So anything Tuesday through Saturday, we are trapped at that restaurant, especially around the holiday season, but Sundays are our day off. So we do everything on Sundays, and we're always looking for fun things to do with the family. So I'm going to present this idea. Yep, I'm going to present this one. This will be a good one. Well,
I have to mention, Laura's a good friend with Jeremy that works at the salon, master stylist. And every year they prepare cookies for the holidays. And I've been a fortunate benefactor of the cookies. And they're great. And I have one question. Where do you find the time to cook cookies or bake?
Everyone who knows me and Jeremy and Colby knows that the third weekend of December is Christmas spectacular. There are no other and that's how you have to say it.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
I like
Spectacular. It's Christmas spectacular. And we make ironically, Jer Bear, he does my hair that Friday. And then so I come to the salon at Glen Mills, I come to Curry. Jeremy's my stylist. And then Saturday is cookie making day and like a cozy dinner. And then typically on Sunday we pick a city to go into. So either we go into Philadelphia to the Christmas market, downtown, go see the lights at Wanamaker's, all that stuff, or we head into New York and catch a Broadway show. So,
wow. Oh, we didn't even talk about Broadway, your love for Broadway. Oh my gosh. I feel we could talk to Lura all day.
We have to do a part 2.
I know. We definitely we're going to have you back on because I know we're running out of time and the production team was like, you need to wrap it up.
You're like, wrap it up.
I know, but I wanted to talk about what's your favorite Broadway show real quick? Favorite Broadway show?
Do not do that to me. I can't.
How dare you? My sister's the same way. I had to. My sister loves Broadway. She goes, don't you ask me that question.
Don't you dare ask me that question. I can't decide. I've seen like over 100 Broadway shows. I don't know.
First one that comes to mind that you recently went to.
Oh, well, I'm going to Sunset Boulevard this Sunday.
Oh, I want to go. I want to see that.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I've heard such good things. I want to see that.
We saw Great Gatsby. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Gatsby, the Great Gatsby.
The music, everything.
It was very good. Very, very good.
The feels. Well, we have to ask you our traditional question. And this is how we conclude all of our shows, even though I don't want to conclude this one. So if you could interview anyone on a podcast from the past or present, who would it be and why?
So I know the answer immediately. Not for the reason people might think. I want to chat with the big JC. Jesus. With Jesus.
Oh.
I have a lot of questions for that man. But the main one is I want homie in front of me to turn water into wine.
There you go.
I want to see it.
That's too good. We always are blown away with everyone's answers, but it keeps getting better and better every show.
Laura's was the most dynamic.
The most dynamic.
I could be specific. A nice Cabernet Sauvignon. That would be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Jesus.
Oh gosh. Well, Lura, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And again, we wish you continued success and everything that you're doing between the radio personality, your position at Knoebels, and also your traveling, and then hope that you continue to obtain so many beautiful experiences, not just for yourself, but with your family and your husband. And again, thank you for joining us. It was a true pleasure to chat.
Yeah.
Vincneza and Randy, thank you so much for having me, and an open invitation to come to Elysburg, Pennsylvania. It will be my pleasure to cultivate and curate the perfect Knoebels experience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, that's so perfect. All right. Well, you take care, Lura. We will see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. We went over time. We did. Really? They're killing us back there. They're like, hurry up, wrap it up. That was so good. Lura was so great. Really just absolutely been amazing to have her on our show and to share her story and her journey. And it's remarkable to see how a door has opened for her. And she didn't anticipate to go into radio, but that's, it just goes to show that you have to be at the right place at the right time. And you just never know. And she took that chance. She walked through that door, and she is now who she is today because of it.
And most of our guests have been dynamic, like Lura. Like they do a number of things, not just one thing.
Right.
But I just saw Noah Mills published another book.
Yes, former Miss Delaware USA, Noah Mills, just announced she published, I believe it was her 3rd or 4th book. Hats off to you, Noah.
I think it was 16.
Oh, maybe I'm way wrong. I think maybe she mentioned something about 4 locations it was offered. Okay, way off. But I know she published another book. She published another book, and she's continuing to publish because she's so inspiring, just so much to say. And I'm really, really proud of her and everything that she's doing. So congratulations, Noah, for your continued success. But we definitely have to conclude the show. But make sure you stay tuned because we will be back in 2 weeks. I believe it's November 11th. For our next episode of Pronto. So don't go anywhere. Make sure if you're interested in don't go anywhere, but go. We gotta go. But make sure that you follow us on our Instagram page. And if you're interested in being a guest or a sponsor, just go to prontopodcast.com and you can apply there to be a part of our show. We always enjoy featuring dynamic individuals in our community, and we love sharing your story. But again, thank you for joining us. Pronto, Randy.
Pronto, Vincneza.